What's up everyone, I'm Mitch Oliver here today with the Feedback Society to share my excitement for the upcoming summer blockbuster shark movie, The Meg. The Meg is directed by John Turteltaub and is starring Jason Statham, Ruby Rose, and Rainn Wilson. This movie will finally give us what I'm sure we've all been asking for our entire lives, the chance to see Jason Statham fight a 70-foot megalodon shark. Shark films have seemed to be making a comeback over the last few years with the release of 6 Sharknado films, The Shallows, a sequel to Deep Blue Sea, as well as last year's sleeper hit, 47 Meters Down. But today I've decided to shed some light on 3 lesser known or forgotten about aquatic horror movies for you all to sink your jaws into. I'm sorry everyone, believe me, there's no way that any of you guys could hate me more than I already hate myself. First up, Orca. Orca, which was released in 1977, was directed by Michael Anderson, who also directed Logan's Run. Orca stars Richard Harris, who played the original Albus Dumbledore in the first 2 installments of the Harry Potter franchise. It also stars Charlotte Rampling, Will Sampson, and Bo Derek. Orca centers around a money-hungry fisherman, Captain Nolan, who embarks on a mission to capture an orca whale after learning of their worth. Captain Nolan succeeds in his evil, greedy quest, but must face the consequences when he realizes that he captured a pregnant orca whale while its mate watches her death from the water, forcing it to exact its revenge on the evil fisherman and his crew. That's right, a whale consciously watches his whale wife and unborn whale baby get strung up on deck, resulting in their death, which causes Papa Whale to go John Wick on his unlucky crew. This movie is definitely one of the biggest Jaws ripoffs, but its ridiculous nature is what makes it a very entertaining watch. Next up, Alligator. Alligator was released in 1980, and Alligator follows the classic urban legend of the alligator in the sewer system wreaking havoc on anything in its path. After a man flushes his daughter's pet baby alligator down the toilet in a fit of rage, the alligator must survive in the sewage system by feeding on disposed laboratory rats that were failed test subjects injected with growth hormones. While this movie is also a blatant Jaws ripoff, it's also potentially the most competently made and entertaining of the camp. There's some genuinely visceral attack scenes and a very memorable scene at a child's birthday that had to have left millions of kids scarred for life. The director Louis Teague made the decision to alternate between using real-life alligator footage as well as a giant mechanical prosthetic creation, which ends up working out in the movie's favor. It's also interesting to note that Bryan Cranston worked on this movie in the special effects department when he first entered the entertainment business. Last but definitely not least, Deep Rising. Deep Rising was released in 1998 and was directed by Stephen Sommers, who would later go on to direct films like The Mummy Returns, Van Helsing, G.I. Joe, Rise of the... Okay, we don't need to continue this any longer. This bizarre but often forgotten about piece of Hollywood trash stars Treat Williams, Anthony Heald, otherwise known as the Dickhead, who plays Chilton in Silence of the Lambs, and Famke Janssen, who played Jean Grey in the X-Men films. Anthony Heald continues to play the dickhead role of the money-hungry owner of a lavish cruise ship that was built solely to host rich parties for the richest people. To their surprise, these incredibly fortunate scumbags find themselves being served up as a dinner for a giant beast of the sea. Now don't get me wrong, this movie is insanely silly and it features some god-awful CGI, but we aren't here for quality or fine dining. We're here for a big fat juicy Whopper with extra cheese, and that is exactly what you will get from Deep Rising. Check these movies out and go see The Meg when it hits theaters. This is Mitch Oliver for the Feedback Society. You can find us on Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube, and online at thefeedbacksociety.com.